Hey there, friends. So I have spent most of the last week up in Michigan, where my mom's side of the family is from, the UP. Right now I am out at the old family farm. You can see the old family farmhouse behind me that was built in, I think, like 1911 or something like that, and which both my grandfather and all of his children were born and raised. My grandmother passed away back in January, and we just did her memorial service this past week. Thinking a lot about my grandmother and the moments that we shared together, and of course the amazing woman that she was, because you know, she was a very, very intelligent and learned woman. She, you know, despite raising 7 children, got her master's degree in teaching at a time when that was still comparatively rare for women, and incredibly rare in this very rural community that my family's from. And it was really important to her that all of her children and grandchildren have a love of learning and a love of curiosity. And I'm going to miss her a lot. And it's been getting me thinking a lot about kind of the choices that I've made in my own life, and the things that I'm going to regret, and the things I'm going to be proud of, and the things that people are going to be saying about me once I leave this world. I was up here last year for my grandmother's 95th birthday, and you know, there was a point at which we had a conversation where she basically let me know in no uncertain terms that we were almost certainly having the last conversation that the two of us would ever have one-on-one. And, you know, I asked her then, you know, if she had any sage-like life advice for me, anything that I should take with me and, you know, try and make my life better because of it. And her answer was, absolutely not. You need to figure this out for yourself. She was a rather witty woman, and I always appreciated the fact that she liked to tell it like it was, but also the fact that, like, in her mind, figuring out what your life is supposed to be like is up to you. That's nobody's job to tell you. I think quite often about, you know, why I got into spinning full time, and why I continue to do it. And a big part of that experience for me is, you know, thinking about the things that I'm going to be grateful that I did while I was on this planet, because I don't think anything happens after I die. I think it's just I become worm food, you know? When I quit my job to spin full time, it was one of those things that I felt like in my job that I wasn't going anywhere in life. That sure, I, you know, had a paycheck and everything, and, you know, there were plenty of food on the table and I could afford to take vacations. But when it came right down to it, I didn't feel fulfilled, you know, which was really unfortunate because I was in the nonprofit world, and in theory, that's why you're there, right? I decided after a great deal of thought, and I literally spent a year thinking about this, that I wanted to do something that I felt like was going to be bold, and that really made me happy. You know, I think that a lot of times people get into this thinking of, like, you know, what is my bliss? What is my purpose? What am I meant to do and everything? Getting into spinning was my 3rd creative career. Thing was, each time I had like to totally convince myself, it's like, okay, I was put on this earth to be a musician. Okay, I was put on this earth to be an artist. I was put on this earth to work at this nonprofit organization. And every time there was always a hitch. And what it took me a long time to realize was that the hitch was that I was kind of expecting there to be an order to everything. That I was going to find that thing that, quote unquote, I was meant to do, and that it would just all of a sudden fit together like puzzle pieces, and, you know, fulfillment, success, etc. would all come knocking at my door. And when I started spending full time, it wasn't because I felt like I was meant to do it. It was because A, it was something that I enjoyed, and B, it was something that I could see very clearly had a benefit to other people. That is, in so doing, you know, I was not just serving myself, but I was serving other people. And that was a feeling I didn't get with most of the other things that I was trying, or at least that, like, it was a feeling that didn't stick around. So in terms of, you know, kind of finding my purpose and meaning in life and everything, I don't think I've found it even to this day, because I don't think it's a thing that's there to find. One of those big lessons that I take from what my grandmother said to me is that purpose is what we make of it. It is a choice that we make. You were not built to be on this planet to be a fire performer or to be an accountant or to do any such thing like that. These are just the choices that you make to maximize your happiness while you're here. And I think a lot of people freak out about that kind of idea. They want there to be a greater kind of structure in the world, as though there was something premeditated that was put down for them before they were born. Because that makes it easy, you know? That takes the hard work out. That makes it so that, you know, you just have to find that thing. And once you found that thing, you know, happy ending. And having to find the thing that maximizes your happiness means you have to experiment, and you have to ask questions, and you have to keep working on it. And that's a lot of work, and it's work that, quite frankly, goes your entire life. You know, I'm not sure whether I'll be spending my entire life, but for right now, it's still something that maximizes happiness for me. In looking at my grandmother and the lessons that she imparted to me, as well as what things in my life look like right now, I'm very, very grateful to have the opportunities that I do, to have all of you guys out there. And I'm very grateful for, you know, when I'm able to inspire those of you guys out there. You know, when people reach back out to me and show me the stuff that they've done with what I've taught, it really, really touches me deeply. So I want to thank all of you guys out there that do that. And also thank all of you guys out there that tune in to watch my videos so frequently, because, you know, that was really what did it for me. That was what made me take the leap, that I knew that there was an audience out there, that people had a need for what I was doing. So thank you, because you're the ones that gave me my purpose here. So I really appreciate it. And please keep it up, you know. And in the meantime, I'm going to get in just a little bit of poi practice. I'm going to try and get in some gunslinger caps, and we're going to see how that goes for us, yeah? So thanks so much for tuning in, and before I head off, I just want to send out a massive thank you to all of my awesome patrons over on Patreon. If you would like to support the work that I do, you can head on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and sign up to be a supporter, which I would really, really appreciate, and which helps keep the videos on this channel coming. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.